Now in this session, let us continue with the other part, buddy. That is the second problem. So we shall do the second problem. I will give the hint to you so that you can solve the problem. The hint is that, sir, here the data is how much, buddy? The data is even number, and we are having even number. How many numbers data? 6 years data is given, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 years data is given, buddy. So now in this case, how to solve this problem, sir? You have solved the problem with the odd numbers, sir. Now it is even number. How to solve, sir? So what are the middle numbers, ma? These two are middle numbers. Now you can take any number as a base and give the value, assign the value 0, and based on that, we calculate deviation. Okay, that is important step, buddy. By that you can solve the problem. There is no issue and all. Okay, done with this. Now let us go with the next illustration, buddy. This illustration 3, ma. Is the voice audible, buddies? So if the voice is audible, please inform me, ma. Is the voice audible? Okay. So now let us continue with the other part, buddies. What is the other part, sir? The other part is that there is a problem illustration 3. In the illustration 3, there is some special factor. What is the special factor, sir? Here they have directly given x value and y value. They gave directly, ma. And however, here the time factor is not given. Okay. They have mentioned clearly what, buddy? 5 towns data is given. Okay. And he wants what, buddy? Estimate the demand of CCTV sets for 2 towns with a population of 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs. When time is not given, we use the formula to find the values. In here itself, even in this case also, we go with y equal to a plus bx, buddy. However, to find values of a and b, not like earlier problems, we have a different pattern. What is that pattern, sir? We use the two equations. That is, these equations will be used, buddy, and these equation has to be solved. Sir, how to solve? Okay, thing is that, buddy, here in the question we are given with x now. We are given with a value, x value is given, y value is given. And I have clearly mentioned what is summation x and summation y. Okay, maintain the two columns now, write x and y and find summation x, summation y, and based on, and also here we'll explain you, buddy. Here, summation y value you can get and summation xy value you can get. How to get summation xy, sir? Just multiply x and y, make the total. Okay, and n value is nothing but how many numbers of data is given. How many numbers of data, buddy, here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 data is given, so n is equal to 5. Okay, now in this way we can solve the values of both a and b. After solving the a and value, and b value, automatically we have what, buddy? Y equal to a plus bx. And automatically here what he has given, ma? He has given 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs. This is nothing but what, buddy? X values. We substitute the x value and automatically we get the number of TVs demanded. Okay, see the problem, buddy. The only point is that this point has to be determined, and based on that we can solve the problem. Okay, the problem is easier. And the next problem also same case. I'll explain the second kind of problem, buddy. Here, even in this case, we give population and number of scooters, buddy. Here also we use the same equations to solve a and b value. But the same equation, but these equations will be solved, and based on that we get a value and b value. After getting a value and b value, we substitute in the equation y equal to a plus bx. Then automatically we get, and also he asked for which populations, but the population with 16 lakhs, only one is asked. So for 16 lakhs, that is y equal to a plus 16b. We have a value and b value, buddy. We substitute these values and we get entire one. Sigma y equal to a plus bx. Here a substitute with what x value is substituted and found the value. Done. Okay, clear? With this, we are done with the problems of that module number 2. Some problems are done. Now we shall go with theory. What is theory, buddy? Capacity planning. What is this capacity planning, sir? The capacity planning is nothing but effective management of our capacity is the most important responsibility of production on operations management. How much capacity has to be maintained? What is the capacity? And based on the capacity only, we can plan everything because raw material will be planned based on our capacity of production and all. Okay, now. So here this is theory, buddy. From theory point of view, this is area is important. So capacity planning is required in the following area. This area you can expect a question mark. Sufficient capacity is required to meet customers' demand on time. Capacity affects the most cost efficiency operations. Capacity affects the scheduling system. Capacity requires investment. Capacity planning is the first step of an organization to produce more or new products. So based on your capacity of your factory, you can plan everything. And investment is required, what type of raw material is required, everything will be decided. Okay, now buddy, and The capacity plans are divided into two categories, ma. One is long term and a short term. Okay, so long-term capacity plan is considered one of the investment in new facilities and equipments. Okay, and short-term capacity plans, which takes into account workforce size, overtime budgets, inventories. These areas are concentrated by short-term capacity plan. Done till here, ma. And next, the other things are not that much important, buddy. So while and also capacity indicator of the field, both can and effective capacity can be determined by the following factors. This can be an expected question mark. Effective capacity. There are few things like what are facilities, product, process, and human factors, operational factors, external factors, and measures of capacity. These things you can expect question buddy. So now let us go to other important areas now. These you can give a single reading buddy. This question is important buddy. So what is this ma? Illustration 5 buddy, we shall go with the questions which are important. Okay, till here, okay. And you pause the video here and solve those two problems, ma. They are really important. You can expect from the entire four problems, you can expect one question for the exam. Of the four problems, one question is for sure. Okay. Now let us see the illustration 5, buddy. In the illustration 5, it is important, very, very important, ma. So first, before entering that, I ask you to pause the video here and solve the other two problems. Of the two problems, of the four problems, at least solve one from each model. One with what, buddy? One with the time data is given, years are given, and other with without time it is given. Okay, solve the problems and come again, ma. For do faster. See this problem, ma. Here the problem is given here, and thing is that these problems are depending upon which type, buddy. They are based on the common sense. Okay, so here we are having what is the data, ma? A department works with 8 hour shift with 250 days a year and has a usage data of missions. So X product, Y product, and Z product, ma. There are three products, buddy. And thing is that the annual demand for these units is given 300, 400, 500, and time is given. Now what is asking, ma? Number of machines required. How to calculate, buddy? Just have a small thing, ma. So how many time is required to, for total time and actual available time? Actual available time is how we will get, buddy. 8 hours shift is there and 250 days. So how much, buddy? 250 into 8 is the total time available to us. That is how much, ma? 2000. Okay, that is clear. Next, what, sir? Next, how much time is required to produce these goods? So 300 units are required, processing time is 4. 400 units are required, processing time is 6. And 500 units are required, processing time is 3. So how will you get, ma? Just see the answer, buddy. So the time required is actual time required, how much, buddy? 300 into 4 plus 400 into 6 plus 500 into 4. This is the data we are having. And how much time we are having, buddy? 8 hour shift, that to 250 days. That is how much more? 2000. By solving this equation, we will get the how many missions are required. Okay. This problem, the theme is the same thing. So he mentioned the here presentation is important, buddy. Presentation should be as per ICMA only. If you are doing for as per ICMA only, then you can get good marks. So this is presentation, ma. Here annual demand column is there, and he maintained annual demand column. And thing is that see properly, buddy. Okay, three annual demand, three for X, Y, and in the next page Z. So standard processing time is mentioned, and individually he calculated for them, and totally he got 2000 5100 hours, and total annual production capacity one mission standard hours is given. For one mission, the standard hours is given, buddy, 8 into 250 days a shift. Okay, and here you can see the question properly. Department works on 8 hour shift and 250 days a year. Okay, and has the usage data of the mission. Okay, done. Now, so these are the total hours available and these are the hours required. So 5100 divided by 2000, we get the number of missions required. Here 2.55. We cannot work with a half mission. No? So we are taking how many missions? But three missions. Clear? Done. Now what is the next question? See my next question. So these questions are different, but each question is separate question, and each question has unique formula, and you can expect these questions. These questions are not unique, not like assignment and transportation, or not like network diagrams. They are a similar pattern here and not a similar pattern, buddy. Okay, series ma. So here The steel plant has a design capacity of 500 tons of steel per day. The effective capacity is 40,000 tons. And the steel per day and actual output of 36,000 tons per day. Compute the efficiency of plant and its utilization. First, what efficiency of the plant ratio is nothing but actual output by effective capacity. What is actual output, sir? How much we got output? Actual output that is 100. And effective capacity, what is effective capacity, sir? It is 40,000 and it is given. Here the formula based this is important. These formulas are important. We need not study entire theory for these things. Okay, and here theory is first part. It is important. It is done. Now remaining theory do not give that much importance now. If you are giving that much importance, you will face trouble. The thing is that efficiency of the plant. What is the formula, buddy? Actual output by effective capacity. You can expect this question in the form of MCQs also. Okay, so we'll get the data percentage 90% and utilization formula is buddy actual output by design capacity. Okay, these formulas are important, buddy. This illustration is important from exam point of view. Okay, next we shall start with a different concept. What is this different concept, buddy? So there are a firm has four work centers A, B, C, D in a series with individual capacities units per day shown in the below. Raw material A, B, C, D, and output. What is this? So this is a process where happening is that we are introducing raw material in process A and it is going through this all the process and coming out as output. Okay. And sir, there is mentioned 380, 360, 340, 400 and 300. What are these, sir? Maximum capacity it can allow. So I introduced a raw material, such a certain quantity, it can go through A, 360, 380. However, when it is entering, only 360 can enter. And when it is entering 3C, 340 can enter, and D, 400. So in this case, what is the constraint? What is the constraint we have to think? Sir, what is this constraint and all? It is a CMA final topic, and now it is also introduced in some of the topics in management, accounting, and all. So here, what is the scenario? But here, raw material is introduced, and it is passing through these areas, and it is coming out. However, one important point is that if I introduce as much as I need, but how much it can accept 380 only. If I introduce 400 units, however, it can expect how much, but only 380. In the same way, B can accept how much, 360, C can 340. So even if though I introduce 380, only 360 can be taken, or only 340 can be taken, and maximum 400. So in this what is the limitation factor means? C is the limitation factor, which is low. For example, if you introduce how much money? 340. If you introduce 340 from here, will it accept ma? Yes, it is less than. Will it accept buddy? Yes. And will it accept ma? Yes. And finally we'll get out. Okay, normally this is the case. Can tell you. So let us see the problem, buddy. What is the bottleneck center we have to identify here? So identify the bottleneck center. What is the bottleneck center, buddy? So the bottleneck center in the work center having a minimum capacity. I said na C is the one which is having minimum capacity. So C is the minimum bottleneck. Next, what is the question, buddy? What is the system capacity? System capacity is required, ma. So system capacity is the max units that is possible to produce the system as a whole. And the system capacity in this bottleneck is 340 units. Maximum it can produce. That is okay. What is system efficiency? System efficiency is nothing but actual output by system capacity. Here, actual output is how much per D? 300 unit is actual output. However, the system capacity is 340. The ratio is what ma? 300 divided by 340. You get 88.23%. These are unique questions, buddy. These are direct questions. You need to solve them. And if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. And why I'm fast? Because these are like MCQs. You can expect such questions in MCQs for sure. For sure, ma. And even sometimes they can ask the questions of network diagram in MCQs. Okay, done. So let us see the other parts, buddy. Done with this problem, ma. So what is the main point, buddy? Here, which is having minimum capacity will be bottleneck. Okay, and what is system capacity, ma? How much we can produce? This is the we can produce system capacity and efficiency output by system capacity. Then next, ma. So these are the very big questions, buddy. See, you can see such a big questions. And thing is that this is for you break even point is discussed in what, ma? Break even point is discussed in costing. What is break-even point formula? Buddy, fixed cost by PV ratio. Same formula is applied here, and I have done the problem. Okay, you can solve by yourself, and if you are having doubt, and even this problem I will solve at the end of the session, buddy. As of now, that is not important. Okay, now let us see the other problems now. Other problems we shall see, buddy. Till here, okay now. So now let us go with the most important theory, buddy. Some important theory we shall follow so that you can get a proper idea. This and all we shall see, buddy. Uh, Good plant layout objectives are important, ma. So you can expect a question from this area. Okay. Efficient utilization of labor, reduced idle time of labor and equipments. So we should utilize the labor efficiently and reduce idle time is important. Idle time should be reduced, not increased, buddies. And next, higher flexibility. Whenever we want to change the output, we can change. Okay. And next what ma next small I'm selecting with only small points. There are n number of points in exam. I request you to go with just maximum 9 points ma. So improve productivity is known. And next what ma? Improve ease of supervision. To provide ease of supervision, what is buddy? So a person is observing the weather, how the work is happening. It is easy with this. The layout is proper, it is easy buddies. Next what ma? Utilize the available space efficiently and effectively. So if I prepare, write this point and this, and first point and improve productivity, allow ease, and one more point. Uh, this points. You go with this points. Okay, there are still more points, but you follow with a few points. Thing is that if there are 10 points, go with the preparation of 7 points. If there are 10 points, if there are 15 points, go with how much more? 9 points. You maintain something because if you prepare entire thing in exam, you may or may not. Or if you restrict your preparation to some area, you can give better performance. Okay, done. Done, ma next ma. And factors influencing layout choice is also important, buddy. What is that, ma? We shall see, buddy. Location. Another factor is location, buddy. Next one, machinery and equipments, manager policies, materials, product. These are important, buddy. So you can also, they are self-explanatory, buddies. Let us see, buddy. The size and type of the site selected and the plan for the plant influences the type of the building. Okay, which in turn influences the layout design. Also, the location of the plant determines the mode of transportation. This is what now. So how the plan should be, how the design should be, how the transportation of the material, all being discussed here. They are simple. Okay, you go through this theory, buddy. That will be self-explanatory. Done. And the most important question is principles or layout. Okay, how the principle should be, how the layout should be. This is minimum travel. What is this minimum travel, sir? So when the men are traveling from one area to another area in a factory, there should be minimum travel. Okay, worker is moving from one area to another area. There should be minimum travel. And next, principle of sequence. What is the order of operations? For example, raw material is introduced to process A, it is entering process B, and it is entering process C. There is a sequence. Then these should be in a sequential order. Okay. Next, what the principle of usage? Every unit available space should be utilized effectively. Okay. Next, what ma? Principle of compactness. What is this, buddy? Harmonious fusion of all the relevant factors so that the final layout will be integrated and compact. That is important area, ma. Next, principle of safety and satisfaction. What is this, sir? The layout should contain built-in provisions for safety of the workmen, and it should also be planned on the basis of comfort, convenience, and the workmen so that they will be satisfied. Next one, ma'am. Principle of flexibility. What is this, sir? The layout should permit revisions of the least difficulty or minimum cost and minimum investment. So these are the important principles for D. So the principle is that first one, minimum travel. Men and metal should travel at a minimum pace. From one area to another area, if you want to make transfer of raw materials or transfer of men, it should be minimum travel. Okay, and sequence. What is the order of the flow of work and flow of goods? how the goods are entering, raw materials entering, how it is going. There is a process now. The plant should be in the same process. Okay. Next, usage. Everything should be used in a proper manner. Next, what ma? Safety and satisfaction. Safety is important, and at the time, satisfaction is also important. Okay. Done with this, buddy. Here there are few areas, buddy. I will see this one. Yeah, this I will solve, buddy. Do not worry, ma. I will solve the content. I'm going with the important area so that you can feel very comfortable. These are the essays, buddy. And if you are preparing, if you never touch these problems, if you start solving these problems, okay, it will take minimum 1 hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour, ma. If anything goes wrong, entire problem will be going on. Okay, so we shall see them with them at the last word, buddy. Here there are few important points, ma. The important problem areas are this is important area, buddy. Here, see this problem, ma. Monthly demand for a unit of a component is 1,000 units. Setup cost is given, cost of manufacture is given, rate of interest is given. He asks for economic batch quantity or economic order quantity. You know, na? 2AO by C. Same costing formula you can apply and solve the answer. Okay, here just they made some sort of different representation, nothing more than that. Okay, so here more and also in this case there are labor formulas also used, buddy. So 2 AO by C is important that you can go, and here these are stock formulas. The stock formulas are also important, and these are more important, buddy. And I will give a formula chart for them so that you can solve them easily. Okay, and here the most important area is what, buddy? Economic order quantity is important. That is 2AO by C. Same costing formula. You apply in the same way. Never go with this application. And even in costing, you are having labor formulas now. The same formulas are applied here. If you solve that problem, this is not required at all. Okay, however, I will solve them at the end of this. Okay, done deal here. So maximum every area is touched, buddy. A few things which are not required, I kept aside, ma. So done. Do not go with these unnecessary idiotic problems. They are really confusing and they will waste your time. So important areas are covered and theory part. So economic batch quantity is what, buddy? The quantity where we have a cost, the order which we place, and we have low carrying cost, optimum carrying cost, and optimum ordering cost. At that level will be economic batch quantity. Okay, till here is done, ma. Second study note is done.